Hello beautiful friends, it's LeahMarie here with your 3-card. Pick a card for medium messages from your departed loved ones. So this has just been flowing through really consistently where a lot of people's loved ones want to communicate messages. And as a general collective reading, some of this stuff is going to resonate, some might not for all of you guys. So really just take what resonates, and if it doesn't, you can check out the medium messages playlist. I have a variety of other pick a cards in there, and there might be something that resonates more for you. So feel free to explore that if you feel so inclined. I will be using Nature's Whispers Oracle deck today and possibly pulling cards from the Soul's Journey Lessons cards as well. And I will have these decks in the description box below for you, as well as all of the links to get a hold of me if you want a private reading, if you are looking for any fun crystals and incense herbs, all that good stuff that we have online, if you want to attend any of our awesome online classes, all that's going to be down in the box below for you. So please feel free to check that out. Absolutely love to share these messages with you guys, and so it's really just been I've been getting some great feedback from different people whose loved ones have been coming through with some pretty powerful messages lately. So I'm excited to see what pops up for the collective today. So if there is someone, oh, the cards are getting all over the place. Let's reset here. They're really wanting to talk today, apparently. So we're gonna take it from there. If there are certain things that you guys want clarity on, or you have been wanting to ask your loved ones, or if you're just looking for a sign from them to know that they're with you, whatever brought you to this reading today is all well and beautiful, and just open your heart to receiving the messages that are meant for you, the guidance that's meant for you, and the way that it is meant for you. So just allowing yourself to use your intuition before picking card 1, 2, or 3, or if you feel multiples, feel free to do that as well. Sometimes people do pop on here and they get oh, I just didn't feel any of them, and that's okay too. It's just going to be using your intuition case by case, okay? So I am going to let you take a pause if you want to pick 1, 2, or 3, or multiples. I'm going to start with 1, timestamps below, and if this resonates, I would love for you to like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know, because that really helps me in the channel, and I just so appreciate knowing who the messages are coming through for and about, because that also helps me, because a lot of times I'm like, I have no idea who this is for. I'm the messenger, so it's nice to get the confirmation as well if you feel called to share. So I'm gonna pop over here at card 1. So we're going to look at the numbers on here. If you've tapped into these messages before, I use cards with numbers so that I can give you that as a potential help to see who's talking to you. So 35 is the number, so it could be 35 or it could be 8 is the combination of both. Or 53, I'm hearing. It might be inverted for some of you. And the message on this card is culmination of a vision. So I'm going to let you take those words in terms of culmination of a vision, because it could be, I'm hearing that some of you have been having or had visions of this particular loved one. They might be coming to you in dreams. They might be working through like visions during meditations or waking time or trance states or journeying to bring you messages. And so this is a confirmation for some of you if you've been experiencing that. They're saying, yes, that has been us. This is how we're going to communicate, or how we're communicating with you right now. So it's easier for you to understand their presence. So I am also really being drawn to the face in the tree, but then the butterflies. So while it is a more feminine face, I am feeling that this could be a little more gender neutral this time, but there is a little bit more feminine energy with it, so that might apply more to some of you. The interesting thing with this, and there's like 2 other little beings down here that, can't really tell what exactly, they're looking very connected with the earth energy. So I'm feeling this sense of the individual had a strong connection with the earth. The butterflies could be a symbol connected with them. The tree also is looking like it's in the season of fall. So fall could be significant, in some way, shape, or form to this person. It could have been their favorite season, could have been something that really resonated with them or you and them, you maybe did things during that time of year that are really memorable to you. And so they're just really focused on this energy of calling out to all the best of times to really help you remember the most positive energies and to focus on those moving forward. So while they're not here now, they do want to help you bring your life into vision, into focus. They want to help you transform on your journey in ways that will really allow you to embrace the fullness of what life has available to you, whether they are here with you in physical form or not. So I'll just say this tree being, I don't want to subscribe a gender because this does, as I said, feels very gender neutral today. It is this feeling of that being looking out into the future. So this loved one is inviting you to start bringing forward a vision of the future you want. And they want you to do so in a way that is taking all the best of the times you spent with them and really bringing them forward into what you're going to choose to do moving forward. So this individual is going to support your transformation. So maybe you're going through a transformation now, or you're on the cusp of. Either way, they are saying they're here with you. They want you to know that they are helping to line your path with synchronicities that will allow this transformation to be as seamless as possible, as enjoyable as possible. But they really want you to start focusing on the future. So there's this distinct energy that if you have been really milling over about them, or you've been focusing on what you had with them and perhaps what you lost, they're really encouraging you to move from that state into a future envisioning state. Because as wonderful as the time you had with them was, if you continue to remain there, you're going to continue to be, or you might end up being stagnant on your path, and you might be preventing yourself from experiencing your full transformation, coming into these really beautiful butterflies. So it's like, we love the caterpillar and the chrysalis state. They're all very powerful, but there's something incredible when that being shifts from one that can only walk on the ground and up trees to one that can fly. And so they really want to, it really support your ability to fly, to soar, to succeed, to envision a beautiful future where they will be able to support you from behind the scenes. So I'm also getting this sense with this face being in the tree, it's like I'm hearing they are watching you in the tree. That's like they're in the energy of the trees, they're in the energy of the flowers, they're in the energy of the plants and the grass. So it's like everywhere you go, they're observing you, they're watching you, they're with you in this really beautiful, loving, protective way. So they're overseeing your journey, and they can go into the future with you, but they're doing it through nature and through these earthy elements that I feel most of you that pick this card are probably pretty big nature lovers, or you really enjoy spending time in nature, or you have a connection with nature, or perhaps you did that more with them and they're encouraging you do more of that, and you're going to feel more connected with them. But it's not about going back to how it used to be. It's about how can you bring that energy forward with you in the future that you want to create, and to allow your relationship with them to transform so that it's one that works with you in your soul's evolution. And this can happen in this really beautiful way as you surrender to knowing that they are by no means gone. They are still very much with you, and very much every quarter they're with you. They're just calling me to check out. Okay, so they're pointing out the distant horizon. So there's a lake and some mountains way back in here. And so I'm getting this sense with that as well, that it's there might be or have been some obstacles to overcome to come into your new vision of the future. And one of those obstacles might be moving through that full grieving process, or working through not having them here in a way that you feel supported you like it did before. So they want that relationship to start to evolve, I'm hearing, so that you really can come into, as the card states, this culmination of a new vision for your life, and even your connection with them. So this is the message coming through for card 1. So just that really strong transformative energy. They're with you. And again, the numbers, they might also start using 35, 53, or 8 to communicate with you in the physical reality. So if perchance those numbers didn't resonate on a different level already connected to them, they're saying for some of you, those are numbers they're going to use to let you know that they're with you, they're watching over you in the physical realm, and they're popping those numbers on your path to let you know that their presence is there. So thank you so much for picking card 1. Take care. So we're going to pop over to pile 2 here, which is the number 21. So again, I use the numbers on these cards. So 21 or 3 or 12. So they've been inverting today with them. So 21, 3, or 12 could be significant to this particular loved one. And the message is fresh approach. And this particular card has a lot going on. So I am feeling very strong feminine energy with this one. So again, it's feminine energy that's not gender specific. So someone who embodied a lot of feminine energy, someone who had a strong connection with the earth, who was very like a strong could be parent for some of you, or someone older sibling that watched over you. I'm getting the sense that it was someone, though, who was older for most of you. Again, if that doesn't resonate, let it go. But I am getting the sense that it was someone who was more mature. If they weren't older, they were maybe more mature, or they just had a different level of wisdom with them. Because we can even see, and it might be hard, I don't know if I can get it close enough to see, but within this side over here, there's all kinds of butterflies, and there's a jaguar and zebras and some deer and lions, flamingos, monkey, meerkat. So they're having me name off these things. So for some of you, this person could have been an animal lover, or any one of those animals could be significant. I'm also being the peacocks being pointed out to me. And with this one, a really, really strong connection with water, and it could be lakes, rivers, oceans, but just this strong connection with water coming through again. I have had this in a few other readings, I believe. And so they're calling me back to this part again. So it's there's a bunch of fish in there too. So could have been a fishing situation, or could have been you liked going out and being in the water together, swimming together, or just being around water together. So for some of you, that's an indicator for this person. And again, it's more just this kind, loving, compassionate energy. It's like a nourishing energy that really helped fulfill you and fill your cup and bring you into a space of more openness. Now, the figure in here is more contemplative. And so I'm getting the sense that perhaps some of you have been more inward lately, and they are encouraging you. So we're getting a rainbow of color coming down, and there's some sparkles, and I'm feeling this energy is it's coming down out of you and wanting to open up more. So the fresh approach, I feel, has to do with an aspect of your life that this loved one is wanting you to look at from a new perspective or with new eyes. So it could be related to your relationship with them, but I'm getting and that could be for some of you, but I'm getting this other message of, it's they're encouraging you to have a fresh start, whatever that means for you. So it's creating a new exploration on your path, maybe embracing a new adventure, starting a new project, starting a new relationship. They're just really wanting you to look at things in newness, inviting more newness into your life. And with this, there is this wave of energetic abundance that I feel coming forth with them, where it's they want you to open up to this fresh new energy, because that's the space where they can bring you more abundance. That's the space where they can bring you more of these beautiful signs and symbols and synchronicities on your path to help you know that they're still with you and that they're working with you to have this new fresh start. So for some of you, it could have maybe been challenging for you to move forward after their passing. and to really embrace having a new life and having new relationships or new partnerships, whatever that might be for you guys. Or even if it was for some of you like a parent situation, it's like, well, you can't really get new parents, so to speak, but it doesn't mean that you can't release the old energy, let it go, as sometimes these cards pop down, and release that old energy and realize that somebody doesn't have to have been your biological parent to come in to be a parent figure. So it might be for some of you that you could have lost a parent or both of your parents, and they're wanting you to like open up to the new possibility of a different person in this life coming onto your path that can give to you similar things, but in a different body. So it's like, just because our parents pass away or aren't part of our life doesn't mean that we aren't going to have other people that come in to fill that role. Or it could be, like I said, an older sibling or someone that was more mature that had this role where they sort of were like a leader for you, or they were a guide or a teacher or somebody who really helped you on your path. And it was easier for you to interact and relate when they were in a physical body. And now that they're not, it might be more challenging, or you might have been having a more difficult time navigating or hearing them clearly or working with them in the same way that you did when they were here. And so they want you to know that as you open up to this fresh new start, there's going to be other individuals that are going to cross your path that can help you to feel that sense of guidance or, protection or whatever it was energetically that this loved one was giving you. They are bringing that energy forward through the subtle realms for you, but they're also telling you that if you move forward, you're going to be able to meet other people that are going to meet your needs the way that this individual did. So I'm getting this sense too that it's like they're inviting you to release like any stagnation in holding on to them from the perspective of holding on to what you lost rather than looking at all the new potential that could come into your life. So in moving on through grieving, just because we move forward doesn't mean that we in any way are not honoring or still having a great deal of love for the person that passed. It just means we are still here. We still have the gift of a physical life, and it is important for us to utilize that instead of living in the grief or living in the loss. And I know that can be incredibly challenging. And so this loved one is just coming forth to encourage you to take whatever steps you can to move towards newness, to move towards a fresh start in your life and new relationships and expanded awareness. And so it's not that it has to happen all at once. You need to take the time you need to take to move through your process and even to start a new beginning. So what do you need to do right now to take the next steps to create a fresh new beginning for yourself? So really just looking at what is the one thing you can do today with the love and support of this loved one in order to start moving forward. And they're calling me to one more thing. So it's like, they're highlighting the word approach now as well. So it's like you're approaching a threshold of change. And they want you to know that they are, like, I'm feeling them holding you, whether they're holding you in a hug or whether they're holding your hand. Like I get for some of you, if this was a parent situation, I'm seeing you as a child and them as an adult, and they're holding your hand and they're guiding you to the new approach. You're approaching this new space, this threshold, and they are energetically with you. So if there's been any fear, doubt, worry, concern, they are going to help wash that away. I'm hearing wash that away and eliminate that from your being so that you can move forward in a really fluid, beautiful way that is very aligned with your heart, that's very connected with them in the spirit plane, and that's really going to allow you to see that there are a lot more possibilities for joy and happiness in your life moving forward than perhaps you imagined there even could be. So thank you so much for picking card 2, and have a wonderful day. So card 3 here, we have the number 46, which can be taken as 46, 64, or 10, which is 1 essentially in the number. So, or it could be 10 for you as well. So I am just going to bring that in because with these cards, as you guys know, if you've tapped into the medium messages, the loved ones will often use the numbers to give you some significant connection to knowing who it is. So if the number resonates, awesome, that's your confirmation. The other energy coming through is there could be a connection with the energy of childhood. So it could have been someone you knew since childhood. It could have been a child of yours. It could have been someone who allowed you to feel very childlike, or who was a very childlike individual in nature. So they might have been an adult, but their spirit might have been just so childlike, so playful, and just that really youthful energy, regardless of what your relationship was with them. So I'm just feeling this really strong energy of youth, child, play-like. And then the energy of the unicorn coming in brings forward this sort of magic and mysticism. So while our message is gratitude and appreciation, and I will get to that, they want me to first talk about the magic and mysticism. So it's this energy where it's like you might have had a connection where you guys really were into unicorns, or that was like something they gifted you, or you had this connection with that realm of unicorns, fairies. I'm just getting this sense of very otherworldly energy. So it was likely someone as well that maybe was a little bit different when they were here, that didn't sort of fit that standard mold of people, that was a little bit more, I'm hearing out there. So maybe that's a term for some of you that people use to describe this person. So it really is just this really very cosmic energy, though, and the encouragement of dreaming big and dreaming about things like unicorns. So it's like, I don't know anyone personally that's ever seen a unicorn. Some people believe they did physically exist. Some people don't. Whatever, it's your opinion, right, or your belief. The point being is that it's this energy of opening up to really dreaming things into being. So I'm getting this sense that this individual, whether they did this when they were alive or not, is really encouraging you to dream about things that maybe you never imagined could be true for you, or even the sense of like whether they could be true or possible, or maybe things that other people, so it's like some people just straight up are like, unicorns are totally fictitious, they never existed, period, you're not going to convince me otherwise. Now they're saying, like, this is about saying and being open to the fact that, and I'm just using unicorns as an example, but it's like that unicorns are real, they're magical, they're helpful, they can guide you on your path, and if you believe that to be true, guess what? It's going to be true for you. So it doesn't mean you're going to manifest physical unicorns onto this plane. They're just trying to say the reality is what you focus on, you can bring more magic into your life. So they're encouraging you to focus on more magic, more possibilities, more infinite manifestation. And the sense I'm getting with that is they really don't want you to limit yourself. They want you to realize that there's a lot of things possible for you. And maybe they were a big cheerleader for you in your life, and they were encouraging you to push boundaries, to try new things, to go after stuff that maybe nobody else did in the way that you feel called to do. And they're just really wanting you to acknowledge that it is important for you on a soul level to really tap into the magic that is part of the fabric of the universe, and to utilize that to do what you're here to do. Now, they're talking about gratitude and appreciation, because there is a really key element within gratitude and appreciation for you that they want you to be aware of, that the more grateful that you are, the more you appreciate where you are right now, even if it isn't exactly where you want to be, the more that you appreciate everything that there is to appreciate about it, the more magic is going to open up in your life. And they just really are wanting to bring this message forward to you at this time, to not allow yourself to be like closed in with a certain set of beliefs or ideas. So if they weren't more of an open free thinker when they were here, it's like they in their life review came to this realization of like, oh my gosh, I was creating my reality, and I could have been much more open. I could have been, less rigid or more expanded or more open to new concepts that I didn't grow up with or that I didn't understand. Because a lot of things, if we don't understand them because we haven't experienced them, we can sometimes just write them off as not being true for us or not being possible. And the reality is we do have to have a certain level of belief in the impossible in order for it to become possible. So it's about evolving your outlook on life, the beliefs and the stories you're telling yourself about what is and isn't possible for you, and doing so by really aligning yourself with the energy of gratitude. So love and gratitude are two of the highest vibrational states, and they want you to understand that the more you align with being grateful for everything you already have, not focusing on what you don't have, whether it's something you lost or whether it's something you want that you don't have yet. If you're focusing in either of those directions, your life is not going to have the ability to be as expansive. And so this individual is really coming through, and they're pointing out this rainbow above the moon there in such a way that you can see that you're tapping into the full spectrum of color, the 7 rays of light. So they are creating this portal of light for you at this time to really align yourself with all of the magic that's possible in the universe. And so it's, again, to some of them, rainbows might have been a symbol that they used or that you connected with. I'm hearing that for some of you. And petunias and irises. There's not irises in here, but I'm hearing petunias, irises, daisies, and lilies of the valley. So those flowers might be a sign for some of you. Take it if it is, leave it if it isn't. Just I relay what comes through. So it's this energy too, though they're saying with the flowers, it's like this energy of blossoming. So it's the more that you focus on gratitude, and as well the gratitude for everything that they brought to your life when they were in your life. So really looking at, yes, you lost this individual. However, what did they teach you? What were the beautiful lessons, wisdom, gifts that they imparted upon you? And I'm hearing that if you reflect on and appreciate all of the time that you had with them and your interactions, there's going to be wisdom within that that lets you blossom in your own life. And so they're encouraging you to really connect in your own heart, but reflect upon the journey that you had with them and what it was they were trying to show you through their life and perhaps even through their passing. Because it feels like there's lessons and there's energy in there that's really wanting to come through to help you step into your power and to really start flourishing in your life. And to be able to start experiencing more magic and more miracles at every turn. So thank you so much for picking card 3. Sending you a ton of love and light for a fantastic week. Take care.